Back in the days, men used to be classified as either being the alpha male or the beta male. But in the recent years, a new type of man has been discovered. These types of men are neither alpha or beta, and they follow their own unique pattern. We call them sigma males. This type of man receives a lot of attention for both their positive and negative qualities, but there is a mystery about them that makes people want to be around them even more. In fact, what they don't understand fully about this personality type is exactly what keeps people coming back for more. A guy who aspires to live his life outside of the already existing established social dominance structure and hierarchy is known as a sigma male. Sigma males are highly attractive to women because they seem to be self-sufficient and capable of making their own way in life without relying on anyone or anything. They have no problem with breaking out of their comfort zones, creating amazing things, building businesses, and are quiet and confident partners and dedicated workers. Pay close attention until the end of this video to find out what qualities and traits describe an actual sigma male, the rarest personality type in the world. He doesn't need friends to be himself. Sigma males are made differently and aren't afraid of being alone, whereas alpha males tend to need a social structure because their personalities revolve around the reflection of themselves off of other people. Alpha males find it comforting that they have control over others and that they can manipulate others, whether it's for good or for bad, because their personalities are frequently built off of the validation of the people around them. They find it difficult to imagine who they truly are without their role in society and without the social circles they are part of. A true sigma male is the same person regardless of the social context he may be in, which actually makes him a lot easier to deal with than most people. If you understand who he is, then you will never need to be afraid that he is dishonest or fake. You don't need to be disappointed about them or relearn their personality because they will never let anyone or anything around them change who they are. They don't need to keep up with the trends. They filter out all the unnecessary things that they find boring or have no interest in, and only focus on interesting, deep, and meaningful things. He is risk-oriented. The sigma male is not scared of taking his chances, but it doesn't mean he always takes massive risks or behaves dangerously. Sigma males don't mind breaking a few rules or taking some calculated risks if it benefits them. He doesn't do it to show off his power or win people over. Instead, he does it to develop his ambitions, and every risk has to be taken for a good reason. Sigma males are very good leaders and partners because of their delicate balance between practicality and idealism. They are able to visualize the ideal scenario and then create scenarios that, while less ideal, are more likely and better suited to the circumstances at hand. As a result of their complex personalities and despite of being placed into a stereotype, sigma males are quite often at the top of the food chain in whatever situation they are in. They face failures and take it as a chance to learn and eventually succeed as athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, and creatives because they can expand their perspectives and learn to succeed in any environment. He is capable of adjusting himself in situations. Alpha males try to take charge of any kind of social group or a situation, but there are times when doing so is not possible. When alpha males aren't granted all the respect or authority they believe they deserve, they tend to devolve into weaker versions of themselves. In these situations, sigma males have the advantage because they can take charge when necessary and don't need the recognition that comes with being in the center of validation and attention. They are willing to play whatever role is required of them at any given time, making them more adaptable and successful than alpha males in any circumstance, with no self-imposed obligations or expectations. A sigma male can either be a follower or a leader, or any position in between, as long as they are being used effectively and productively. The issue with this, though, is that it can occasionally irritate others because of the sigma male's intense confidence and freedom to play any role. This can come across as arrogance and intimidate some people around him. His self-awareness is well developed. One of a sigma male's main characteristics is a realistic observation of himself and his situation, unlike an alpha male who projects himself outward for everyone to see. A sigma male concentrates on himself and how his actions affect his entire life and the people around him. Sigma males are incredibly self-aware. They are aware of their strengths and actively look for ways to improve their weaknesses by training, reading, or self-education. Rather than interacting with others, you will frequently find the sigma male in his bubble, wondering how he could have performed better. They know how to handle social situations and come across as a pleasant person to hang out with, as someone who lives their entire lives in their head and doesn't really seek out validation. Even though they may lack some social skills, they still manage to stay likable and people like to be around them. As analytical as they may be, they will surely appreciate it when someone finally notices the very special things about them. While sigma males are still people with flaws like the rest of us and may make mistakes from time to time, they are quick to correct their mistakes and use failures as learning experiences for the future. It's difficult to understand him. The sigma male personality may be one of the most challenging to understand because he is neither beta or alpha, but rather unique in his own way. It is challenging to characterize his choices and behavior because they don't really fit into our simplified understanding of choices and actions. If you are dating a sigma male, one of the most challenging aspects of dating him is that he isn't very outspoken. Instead, his competence for problem solving tends to come first. Now, combine this with the unwillingness to follow society's norms. The perception of a sigma male is a cold, emotionless lover, which is completely false. They might be confusing and hard to understand, but because of their high self-awareness, sigma males are some of the best partners out there. He may not always communicate what he's thinking or planning, because he prefers to live in his own thoughts, but that doesn't mean he doesn't take his partner into account. No one else lives by the old saying, action speaks louder than words, more than a sigma male does. Sigma males are primarily solution-driven. They want to keep moving forward and help those who they care about become the best versions of themselves. He loves being alone. Even though they can turn on the charisma and charm when necessary, sigma males are introverts who love having the time and space to think and loosen up, because they easily notice when other people act like energy vampires around them, no matter how much these people may mean to them. With that said, sigma males still understand the value of spending time alone. It can be challenging to be in a relationship with a sigma male, especially for women who are used to men who are obsessed and adore them. Even without the best social skills, they still manage to avoid drama since they know how to handle social environments. Because those interactions can be too emotionally and psychologically exhausting for a sigma male. They get along best with women who are not needy and who don't need to be with their partners all the time. If you found value in this video, please hit that like button and consider subscribing.